Your hair's looking good.
Thanks. I might be. Just need to get this trimmed up a little bit. And I need maybe some weight taken out of the bangs because I can't wear them down anymore. They're so, because my bangs are the same length as the sides.
They'd be right in front of your face.
Yeah.
No, they look really good.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I think I might be on the
You're
rainbow side of that.
You're on the other side. We're getting there.
Yeah.
Well, it is finally not 100 degrees outside. Yeah. I'm exaggerating. It was never 100 degrees, but well, I guess it was in Fahrenheit. It would have been, right?
Oh, for sure.
Because it was like 42 with the Humidex Celsius. Yeah, it was blooming hot.
Yeah. I'm pushing the sweater weather a
little
bit.
Yeah.
It's always nice in the morning, but
gorgeous.
Thank you.
Gorgeous.
My ranunculus that I redid the sleeves 6 times.
Oh, it's absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mine is not hand knit, but our colors look nice together today. Yeah. Nice.
Thank you.
Well, all right, should we get started?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Kerri.
Welcome. I'm Caroline. I'm the owner of Evertote.
And I'm Kerri, and the dyer behind Roxy Floss. And apparently my voice is cracking like a 13-year-old boy.
Aww. Bless. So at some point, I'm just going to warn you, directly out that window, you see that vine with all of those, you're going to see a whole pile of birds now and then come and fly. I don't know. I was hoping you could tell me what they are.
What kind of birds they are?
Yeah, what kind of birds they are. Oh. There's a vine that's loaded up with some kind of berry that comes up on the vine about this time of year. And this particular type of bird loves it. And every year they flock in and they clean it off. So in case you notice us do
Just
this.
One of those pedestrian birds.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're pretty. I like normal. They're not birds. Parrots.
No. Yeah, they're just I don't know, what are they? We have starlings, wrens.
This particular bird we don't ever get at our house. Like they're not a feeder bird. They're not they've got like speckled. They're speckled all over and quite beautiful.
Okay. Might be a starling. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
I'd have to look in my little dictionary
of
birds.
Whew. Well, I have a fair bit of stitching to show.
I do not.
Oh, look at how, that's so pretty.
Thanks. It's just like everybody else's.
Oh, yeah, but that's 46 count.
It is.
Yeah, that's 46 count. That's beautiful. Mm-hmm. Wow. You don't know what I'm talking about.
No. It's a mystery.
Okay, so it'll stay a mystery for just a little bit. I've been doing daily videos over on my other YouTube channel, which is Off the Grid Needle Arts. So I know there's some of you who watch both. So I think this morning I was feeling really like I had nothing to share, but a lot of people don't watch those videos. So hopefully, if you haven't been watching the daily videos, it will seem like I've had lots of progress in the last 2 weeks, because I certainly have been stitching every day. So why don't we start with Kerri and I are both stitching Sampler September.
Yep.
The chart that we are stitching for Sampler September was the collaboration between us, as well as Ellen of Maximum Cross Stitch and Heather of Timber Yarns. So the chart is September's Revenge. This beauty.
God,
I know.
It just wants my big head.
And I'll bring it closer and then it'll cover up our heads. And that way that should alleviate that problem.
God, those birds are busy out there.
Right? I told ya.
Just a flurry of activity, getting all their food for the winter.
Yeah, and every time I try to catch it on camera, they fly away. So we actually have two totally, they're very different. They're very different. Oh. I know, because mine is on 32 count and Kerri's is on 46 count. We should show them at the same time.
Okay.
So 32 count and 46 count.
Just a second.
Ready?
This isn't going to go well. Yeah.
Florence, you've done a lot of stitching.
I have.
Wow.
I have no idea where I'm at. I'm kind of using Shiloh if she's keeping up.
You're ahead. Yeah, you're.
Well, I'm going to be gone for 5 days and I can't bring my stitching.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Oh yeah, and not all of your house is done.
No.
So actually, yeah, we're both at different stages. So because you have more color in yours, I think that's why it looks like you're further ahead. But I think you're right. I think you're right on track. That looks beautiful.
I think I am.
love those flowers.
I'm confident for leaving it for 5 days.
Yeah. So you can see same chart, different take. 32 count, 46 count.
And you're doing 2 over.
2 over 2, 1 over 2. I have this really fun, huge sploosh in my fabric here, so I'm excited to see the growth in here.
Yeah.
And what that's gonna look like.
Sploosh.
Well, that's what Shiloh called it. She said, "Oh, I love the sploosh on your fabric." Yeah. Did you see the S inside the flower there? That's my favorite thing that I've stitched on this so far. Is how the S looks inside the flower. I think that's really pretty.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
I had to replace my threads for the letter I because there's only two little things.
Peeking out. What are you doing?
I don't know how this works.
Oh.
Right there, just 2 little
peeking
stitches
out.
peeking out. And then I just hit a spot in my floss where it was tonal a bit.
Oh.
So it totally got lost.
Yeah.
So I had to take them out and redo them, but it's just itty bitty.
Cute.
And the K is kind of the same way.
Yeah.
That's right.
They're hiding behind, the vines have taken over.
Yeah. It's funny because the first week of September, I thought about this often because I overthink everything. September's revenge, and the first week of September it was like 100 degrees.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
It really was.
Whatever, 31, 32 Celsius.
I can't remember the last time September started that hot. Like the kids going to school, and I was concerned about, Nicholas being too hot at school.
Yeah.
Some of the schools, no, his school is air conditioned, but yeah, bad. It was really bad.
I remember growing up, again up in Thunder Bay, and like you wore your full-on winter clothes, like not your parka, but you wore long sleeves, long pants, a jacket.
When
like
you went back to school.
Yeah, when you went back to school. Because if you didn't, like there was usually a frost warning. You're going to school and it's 5 degrees out.
Yeah.
Warmed up a little bit during the day.
Yeah.
But
mornings and evenings were cold.
Yeah, so I always associated first day of school with winter clothes.
Yeah.
And then I moved down here. It's like, no, it's summer until mid-October.
Yeah, and then we can even get a heat wave in October.
Yeah.
Now, a heat wave in October is different than a heat wave in the summer, but still, it's just too hot for that time of year, which is unusual. Okay, so hey, that's really great progress.
Yeah, thank you.
And you didn't have, that was a brand new start 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
And so that's all you've been stitching, right?
Well, I did some negligible red on my Mary Queen of Scots.
Okay.
Yeah,
But you didn't bring it.
It wasn't worth taking
Not
off
worth
the
showing.
scroll frames.
Yeah. Okay.
Or taking it out of the stand. Spoiler alert, I got a letter done.
Ooh, a letter. I can't remember if I had finished the greenery on the border, but I don't think I had.
No, I don't think so.
The last time I showed it here. So my border is now done. This is the Friendship Sampler by my friend Ellen. And I think the last time I shared it, I only had a couple of flowers done in the bottom. I don't even know that I'd stitched the corner flower. In fact, I don't think I had any of the flowers done.
I don't think so.
I think I'd only come down to about here. And maybe, I don't remember where I was, because I've been talking about it every day. Anyways, I completed all of the greenery of the border, and then I stitched all of these flowers, and yeah, so I have very little left to do. Ellen is actually coming to visit me this weekend.
That's so nice.
We're gonna have a girls' stitching weekend.
Nice.
So I know that I'm gonna be able to get a fair bit more of this done. I'm stitching the small version. There are 2 versions of this. The one that I'm stitching is only available as PDF from Ellen's website. It's such a fun stitch. Yeah, love it. So that's my friendship sampler. Still working on that for sampler September.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I was working on this. So this is Modern Folk Embroidery.
Big head.
There we go. When this you see, remember me. Isn't that pretty?
So pretty.
Yeah. And I added in this line of words is new. We distant be. So that's new. And then I added a bit more to the vase since the last time I shared it. I was trying out the, and I don't have it here with me, the Clover mini dome, the threaded, thread dome.
How do you like it?
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it a lot. So this is the packaging for it anyways. I'll just bring it closer up to the camera so you don't have to move your head every time. There. You can continue to move your head if you want. You're not.
It's ingrained.
You're
now.
not in the way now. So this is what we're talking about that I've been testing out. And so we're gonna have some in the shop in the next couple of weeks, and we'll have some at the Modern Folk Embroidery Retreat, because I think for monochromatic pieces that's a really useful tool. And you've been using yours.
I have been on my Mary Queen of Scots, and I kind of hacked it a little bit. So I stitch with number 28 needles, and I'm able to put 2 threaded needles in each little slot.
Oh.
So by the time you get 20 needles in there, it doesn't wind freely. It's a little bit tighter. There's a little bit more friction with all the thread, but it's not tangling or anything. So
okay. Now when you pull out each needle, are you clicking it or are you just pulling the thread out?
No, I just take the needle and the thread and pull
then,
them both out of the slot,
and then the
gently pull them out of the
thread,
out of the little
out of the bobbin thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you find that it makes a difference if you go first to last or last first?
I always load it 1 through 10 and then unload it 10 through.
Okay, so
1.
last in is first out.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I think that's what prevents it from tangling.
Right. Okay. Because I tried taking out 1 and it gave me
some issues.
Yeah. So then the next one I took out the last one and it was much better.
Yeah, if you actually read the instructions, that's what it says to do.
See, there's my problem. I'm like, I can figure this out. How hard could this be?
I don't know if it does. No, actually it doesn't. So I take that back. I apologize. I think it was Candace.
Oh, so Candace
me.
Tested it out and
said to unload it backwards.
Candace is, I can so make that, SEW. She makes beautiful project bags, and she was selling these. She had them at the Stitch North retreat at her booth, and that's how we discovered them. But by the time I wanted one, she was sold out. So, but that's okay. I found them for myself. So yeah, I love this. I love this. Yeah. This is 40 count Panettone, 1 strand of floss over 2, and this is the Firlanda floss. All of our project details will be in the description box below. Isn't that gorgeous?
I like it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen too many of the biggies online lately.
Well, there's a Modern Folk Embroidery Facebook group.
No.
There's at least one person who has the whole top row done. I want to say I think the whole top row is done.
Yeah.
Of the big motifs, the big trees.
Yeah.
And she's coming to the retreat.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, and that was kind of her goal. She wanted to finish the whole row and then bring it to the retreat.
Oh, that's cool. Hoky Toots, I'm hot.
So
So I'm like really overheating.
Did you just say Hoky Toots?
Hoky Toots.
Where did that come from?
Oh, that's been in my...
That's so funny. I love
repertoire
that.
for
I'm well known for my turn of phrase, and that's one I don't know, but I love it.
Hoky Toots.
Well, are you naked under your sweater?
I've got a cami on.
Oh, okay.
It's not appropriate.
Do you want me to open the door?
That's okay.
Would that help?
No, let's just wrap this up. Oh, goodness.
I'll just talk faster.
It's not quite
Kerri's
sweater
hot.
weather. I really am pushing the envelope.
That's okay. I'll talk faster.
I figured it's BFL and silk. Silk
What could
is
go
regulating. It'll be fine.
What
It'll be like wearing air conditioning.
Oh, I forgot to show you.
Yes.
I started using my thread bed.
Nice.
So we have started making thread beds at Evertote because I've started using them and I love them.
Yeah.
I freaking love them. So our first ones that we're going to be, that we've got made are going to be actually part of the swag bag for the Jacobpalooza retreat. This was the last of Matt's testers that he made. We made like 4 or 5 in a row to discover exactly how we wanted to make them. This was the last one because it matched my sampler September fabric. The ones for the Jacob retreat are actually the same print, but they're white. Fabric. Yeah, it's a cotton linen blend. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Really nice.
So, so yeah, this is my, now it's all messy, but when I open it, I know where everything is, right?
Yeah.
Does that look like a disaster to you?
No, no, no.
Oh, okay.
I've got loads of thread beds.
Yeah, see?
From Grandma's Treasures.
Oh, yeah.
She includes
Gamma's Treasures, isn't it? I think.
Oh, okay.
I think it's Gamma's.
Sorry. Grandma's Treasures. Whatever. I read what I want to read,
Gamma.
okay?
She's a Gamma. Yeah, and actually, yeah, so you're right. And I think she's Canadian as well, isn't she?
Oh, yeah,
Gamma's
she's
yeah.
Port Dover.
Yeah.
She's almost local.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
We will link to her in the description box below. But yeah, these thread beds are so handy. I want one for every project.
Yeah.
I want one for every project because with the fusible fleece on the inside, all of my extra thread, it sticks to it, and it's all you're done for the day.
You can slip a piece of paper in the middle there, and then.
Is it bothering you? Is it bothering you? Because it doesn't bother me.
Look. No, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah. She's twitchy.
I'm just saying that that's what I do.
Well, that's not what I do.
Yeah. I just slip something in there and then it doesn't, it's like the analog version of the clover thing.
Well, okay, fair enough. Now, this is just like a basic thread bed. So what we're working on for adding in the shop is like a needle book, right? Where you've got a thread bed, but that it's going to have felt pages on the inside as well as a pocket at the back, snaps. I'm going to pick up my, I bought a professional grade snap tool.
Oh, cool.
So it's waiting for me at the, you know, the customs place. To pick up. I just gotta go pick it up. Oh, actually, you know what else is waiting for me at the customs special pickup place? What? I am bringing in 3 charts from the Artsy Housewife. Oh,
I don't know.
You are in for a treat. You're in for a treat because you're gonna want to stitch them all.
Okay.
So I'm actually,
no doubt.
Let me show you. So these are coming. These are coming to Evertote very soon. Whoops, that's not my code. Okay, so the first one, and we're gonna do Roxy Floss Code conversions for these 3 charts. So the first one is called Golden Delicious. I mean, look at that, right?
Yeah. You got a little bit of everything there.
That's so good.
Love it.
So good. And then this is the Pretty Bird.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll sign up for that one.
I want to stitch that like immediately. And then the third one that I'm bringing in is called Coffee and Eggs.
Oh,
isn't that cute?
That's super cute. Oh, look at the egg.
I know. I love this chart. It's so, it's a bit retro. It's a bit modern. It's the colors are so pretty, so fun.
It's perfect.
We have all of those colors in your catalog. It's just, immediately, like I want to stitch it right away. It's so fun. So yeah, so those 3 charts are actually, they just crossed the border this morning or yesterday afternoon. I use a brokerage service who brings in stuff from the States for me for Evertote. And then I have to go pick it up at the warehouse. So it's cleared customs. It should be ready to pick up this afternoon. So those charts are going to be in the shop next week with Roxy Floss Co. Floss conversion.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I know. Very exciting. Where did how did I get there? I got there because of the snap maker. The snap press is there as well. So
I'm interested in seeing that. I've only seen the Amazon ones.
It's a big honker.
Okay.
And it comes with dies that you can take out of the thing. It comes with a punch. Well, I bought the thingies, right? So it's got a removable thing, so you can punch the hole first.
Okay.
It'll punch the hole through all the layers of the thing.
Yeah.
So that you don't have to measure both sides. You can punch right through, and then you remove the die, put in the other one for the press, and it'll do the bottom and the top. I think at the same. I can't remember.
Yeah.
One of them is. I can't remember. I'll show you on video when it actually comes in, because it's a really cool machine. Cool. I think it came from camsnap.com. So they make a professional grade one it's a tabletop model, so you don't have to use your hand to squeeze it all the time, because when you're going to be making this many of them, you want it to be
I have
easy.
It's a scrapbooking tool that I've probably had for close to 20 years. It's called a Crocodile.
Okay, that sounds fun.
And it has that ability, different size punches with long shafts.
Okay.
That will go through many layers.
Yeah.
And then you can individually put the top and bottom of that snap
in.
But it's hand-wound.
Yeah.
It's like using a stapler.
Yeah. And that would be hard on your hand after like 300 of them.
Yeah. Right. Most definitely.
Yeah. So
cool,
right?
Awesome.
Yes, I'm picking those up tomorrow morning. I'm picking Ellen up at the train station, and then I'm going to take her with me to pick up the special dealios from the thing. Yeah.
I'm a little bit sad that I'm
missing Ellen. Oh, you're the one that decided to go away.
Yeah.
So so that's my thread bed. I've been really happy with that. So that is my, what I want is I'd like one for every project. And then that will go in my project bag along with the notions pouch.
Matt better get crackled.
I know. So what else have I got? I did a little bit on my Helsingland Blommer.
Oh, wow.
So it doesn't look like much, but actually it was a fair number of stitches.
Nice.
It's hard to tell because there's so much stitching in this border.
Yeah.
So I've almost completed the outline of that corner, and that's where I'm working now.
Yeah.
So this is Helsingland Blommer by Modern Folk Embroidery. In a perfect world, I would want this to be done by the time Jacob arrives in Canada, but that I think that's just not ever going to happen, especially with Sampler September happening at the same time. So I love it.
Yeah, it really is lovely.
Thank you. Yeah, I love it. It's so easy to stitch when I'm tired because I can easily switch from a part that has a lot of counting, like these motifs in here, to something where I just know what to stitch and I just do it. Put in a length of floss. Yeah. I probably did a little bit of this too. Over here. So yeah.
Amazing.
So yeah, it's a one-of-a-kind fabric that Kerri dyed maybe a year ago now.
Yeah, probably.
And it's a 28 count, 2 strands of floss over 2. And it's going to be a cushion when it's done. Yeah. Pippi and South Beach are the flosses. One other thing, only one other cross stitch project that I've been working on, and I thought I would be done this by now because it's not huge, and you know you can just put a few stitches in and you get quite a bit of progress. But yeah, I know, right? Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah, it really is. So delicate.
Oh, I love it. I really love it. Do you want to hold it up for me?
Sure. Is that right way?
Yep. So there you go. That is my Bloom Wildly.
Look at that.
By 1897 Schoolhouse Samplers, Leanne. And oh, I love it. There's a lot more there's a lot more greenery still to happen around the, focusing on my face there. A lot more greenery on the bottom. Here, I'll show you the chart now. So you can see. It's not huge, but I still have a fair bit left to do. But it's not a huge design, so I just need to get on and get it done. Ellen has offered to stitch the second version of this because she's not stitching it yet for herself.
Okay.
So I've talked about in the past, this project is a 5-part series that's being released slowly over the next year. And there's going to be a couple of different ways to finish these 5 individual charts into a larger scope of a project. And so I would like to have 2 different sizes of design to create 2 different, totally different finished projects out of these 5 charts. The first chart is called Sing After the Storm. It's in the other room. I've shown it here a lot the last few videos. And all the information is on the website and you can see the different charts. We now have 3 charts on the website from 1897 Schoolhouse. And one of them you'll notice is on a black linen. It's not part of the series of 5. That is a separate chart, but the motif was taken from the same original sampler, but it was not intended to be part of the series of 5. However, it's equally gorgeous. And I actually think is it About to Take Wing? That's what it's called.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was based on this bird that's on the bottom of the sampler.
Yep.
Now don't listen to Luna. I took her out like half an hour ago. She's telling you stories. She's fine. So yeah. So Bloom Wildly. This is part 2, and I need to speak with Leanne soon about when we might be releasing part 3. My hope would be middle to end of October. This was the middle of August. So if we're gonna, keep on with this, but I do know that she's had an extremely busy summer with her full-time job at Upper Canada Village. So
good.
You should, if you're not following Leanne on Instagram, her Instagram account is really fascinating because of the work that she does at Upper Canada Village. She's got a lot of really interesting insights into old-timey things. So yeah, love this.
I would imagine there's nothing to say that you couldn't go off label from this project and do that bird and incorporate it somehow.
Oh, of course.
You're doing a 9 patch. Well, yeah, you could do
absolutely
whatever.
Do whatever you want. I love this. Isn't that fun? Yeah. Yeah. What a great project. I'm really loving it. So on one hand, I want to finish it. But on the other hand, it's such a pleasurable stitch. I like that it's so small. I like that each new color adds such interest. It's a big floss list. Now keep in mind, my floss pack includes all of my flosses from chart 1 and chart 2. There are definitely some crossovers between the 2, but there are new colors for the second chart as well. And so it's a hefty floss list, but when you look at what it's producing, the detail in it is just so beautiful.
Yeah, it really is.
Gorgeous. That's all my stitching.
It's very much like an heirloom piece.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? So I'm excited to see this one come together.
Your great grandkids will find it and they'll say, "Oh, what's this? Let's take it to Valley Village."
So mine is 40 count Panettone, because everything that I stitch is on Panettone. It's the perfect fabric for everything. 40 count Panettone and 1 standard floss over 2. I probably never would have put those colors together, those 2 greens. The little green and the arugula or artichoke. I can't remember which one it is. It's little green.
Little green seems so bright.
Yeah.
Until it's
and arugula
stitched together, and it's
so those two together, right? But it's the tones of them.
Yeah, she's quite clever.
And then when you look at the chart, when you look at the original sampler, right, like that is, she's reproduced something that's a little bit odd. So there's the original. You can see, and the whoops, there we go. Can you see it? No, you can't. Now you can. There. This, and then this dark green into this sort of lighter, stranger green. Those greens, you know, if you were designing a modern piece, you might not put those two colors next to each other, but they're so interesting. So I like how she's tried to stay true to the sort of, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And dye lots are always going to be a bit of an interesting thing as well, right? Because you can see that Leanne's dye lots on her piece, her little green was maybe a little brighter than my little green, and mine kind of blends in a little bit more into the thing. But I'm not mad about that. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's really good.
And again, this lighting is not showing it to its advantage, but anywho. So yeah, that's my stitching.
Cool.
Yeah. I have some knitting. Because it's Sampler September. Do you want to show your knitting first?
Sure.
I mean, you're wearing...
Well, yeah, I finished this up. I finished my...
In the past... I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt, but in the past, I may have been accused of not allowing you to talk about your knits fully.
Oh.
But many of our viewers are just as interested in the knitting, so they also... it wasn't that I was cutting you off. It was that I wasn't putting enough information in the project details about the knitting.
But we rectified that.
What's up with you? I literally just took you out.
Well, she doesn't have her bed. Her bed's not in this room, so she's...
Let's go and get her bed and see if that solves the problem. I think somebody was eating in the kitchen and she could hear it. And I said in yesterday's video, it's Luna's world and we're all living in it. Because, I kid you not, no less than 2 people who are not me, who work here, bring carrots every day to work just for Luna. So she's no dummy. When she hears somebody in the kitchen, she knows it's probably going to be something good. Anyway.
Padding around.
Yeah. Okay, so project details on knitting. Yeah. Let's start with the sweater that you're wearing because we talked about it a little bit at the beginning, but oh my gosh, it's gorgeous.
So this is Ranunculus by Midori. I hope I'm saying that word. Midori House. There's like 20,000 projects on Ravelry.
Go lie down. Go on. Go lie down.
About 20,000 projects on Ravelry, so it's one of those any gauge. You're knitting it with one size needles. It doesn't matter if you're holding lace weight or worsted or iron.
Okay.
It just comes out how it comes out, and you control the nature of the top by the combination of yarn with that needle size.
Okay.
So you can have something very airy and summer-like if you're using like a cotton linen with those big needles, or you can have something downright chunky winter.
Okay.
I don't know, it's really adaptable. I redid the sleeves about 6 times because I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. It calls for an I-cord finish. Apparently my forearms are too big for an I-cord finish, or I knit I-cord much too tight. So I did that, and then I did the angled, it calls for some short rows, and then doing the I-cord, I didn't really like that, so then I just put on a ribbing, but then I realized the bottom is a twisted rib, and I just did regular ribs, so I ripped it out again, and then I didn't like the length, so I finally nailed it down, and I'm happy. I just did a straight sleeve, and I'm really happy.
Yeah.
I don't usually do a straight sleeve, but
it's beautiful.
Thanks. And it's in like a BFL silk.
So what is the yarn that you used for it?
Sweet Georgia.
Okay.
I
like
that I actually bought at her shop in Vancouver. BFL silk.
Nice.
And it's a DK weight, I think.
Gorgeous.
I finished my Andrea Mowry's The Weekender. That doesn't sound right. It's not The Weekender. The Traveler hoodie.
Oh yeah, that's what you were wearing yesterday.
Yeah, the red one.
Now you actually started that at Stitch North.
I did.
Yeah, that's what Kerri was knitting at behind the linen table at Stitch North.
Yeah, And
Oh, it's beautiful. The color is just
I find
perfect.
myself in this predicament all the time. I have way too many sweaters on the go. I'll have 4 or 5 sweaters at one time, and then I get trapped on Sleeve Island. So quite literally, the traveler hoodie needed a cuff on one sleeve. I needed to make a call with this one and do the cuffs. I finished them both in about 2 hours. Yeah, I have trim on another one that has to be done. Then last weekend I decided to start a sweater because we're flying up to Atikokan to see the baby tomorrow. So of course I had to bring him a sweater. So I threw this one together. It's so big.
That is so cute.
I did the 1 to 2 year size because he's growing
He's
so
a big
fast.
boy, yeah.
But I mean, he's going to be wearing it to get his driver's license. It's huge.
I don't know if I'd go that
mitts.
far, but oh, that is so
Yeah.
so cute.
Thanks.
So what sweater is this?
This is Tin Can Knits simple sweater.
Okay.
It's one of those great patterns that are written for any weight and gauge. No, they want you to achieve gauge depending on what yarn weight you choose. And I did it with Sadness Garn Double Sunday. So it's a DK weight. And there were so many ends to weave in.
Yeah.
So many ends.
It is so sweet.
So I love that. I'm hoping he will.
Well, maybe Alyssa will let you take a picture of him in it.
Oh yeah, he'll be swimming in it. But he's already 18 pounds and he's only 6 months old.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's so cute.
I was happy with that. It took me about five evenings to bust that out. I did 3 muscle burrow hats in the last 3 weeks.
You did?
Yeah. I did
Holy
a yoke.
cow.
I did the yoke of a Toast sweater from Crea Bay and then ripped it out because I didn't like where the raglan, I didn't get row gauge, so my raglan stopped quite early, so I had a lot of yoke to do without that raglan shaping.
Yeah.
Looked dumb. So I ripped that out. And then, I don't know if you remember, but I was doing that rocket tee with the silk.
Oh, that beautiful gray blend.
I had about 4 or 5 inches left and I ripped it out. I just had like 4 or 5 inches of the top-down sweater.
It was beautiful.
I didn't.
It was so summery and pretty.
Yeah.
Did it not fit well?
Oh no, it fit great. I didn't really like it. I don't like where the beginning of round starts. I could have just moved it, but it was too late, and I didn't like the whole yarn over detail at the underarms.
And one's going to be looking at your underarms.
I know, but I just wasn't feeling it. So.
That was beautiful. I'm shocked that you
Thanks.
ripped that out.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what? I've really become a process knitter.
Yeah.
So I don't really care if I knit a whole sweater. If I'm
Kerri
not
has given away at least 12 sweaters to people who work here at the workshop.
Yeah.
So every couple times a week, I'll see somebody wandering around wearing one of Kerri's sweaters.
Yeah.
They look
I can't wear them all, and
Yeah.
I produce a fair amount. Like I've done 7 sweaters this summer. So.
That's amazing. You're a beautiful knitter, Kerri.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
I think I've knit like half a sock while Kerri's knit 7 sweaters.
Oh, and I cast on socks too, so I had plain knitting.
You are prolific. So there's my sock.
Oh.
Look.
Oh, that's
Isn't that nice? Heel toe
there you
do-si-do.
go. I love it.
Isn't that great?
I love taking
Yeah.
self-striping sock and just mixing it up a little bit.
So there's my
Beautiful.
sock so far. This is the sampler Stripe Timber sock yarn by Heather of Timber Yarns, and you can see that the patterning is starting to come out. So fun.
Amazing.
Heel toe do-si-do by Kay, the crazy sock lady. It's really, really fun to knit. I have just, I actually didn't finish my knitting for yesterday's assignment, so I need to finish that today because I'm supposed to start the heel today.
Okay. Is this a slip or a purl? Oh no, it's 2.
I can't tell you that because it's a paid for
Right.
pattern.
Okay. Yeah, no, I see what it is. It's all right. Because I have that ability.
It's a super fun pattern.
I love the fabric that you've produced.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
What size needles?
2.25, my favorite.
Yeah.
Now, because of my proclivity to have super tight, super tight, I actually have made the large size.
Okay.
And I cast on 72 stitches.
Nice. I love how dense it is.
They are going to be cozy because I figured I wanted to use most of the yarn. So I did the large size, and they're not going to be, you know, boot socks. They're going to be socks that I wear at home, or maybe with, I'd love to get a pair of those clogs. Like, yeah, you know, like you can, no, the ones that you can see the sock through.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tracy has, Grocery Girls, Tracy has a pair.
I have a couple pair, but I gave them away. Because I got a really high arch, and the straps and the tops really hurt me.
Oh yeah, that's
I always end up with a blister on the very top of my foot.
Oh, that's no good.
No.
So yeah, I love them.
Yeah, they're really nice. Traditional heel flap?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is a traditional heel flap, which is what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
And apparently it works with the self-striping yarn. I know there's another heel construction that Candace of I Can Sew Make That, she's doing a legal heel, which I'd never heard of before.
Yeah.
So apparently that's another heel that works really well with self-striping yarn, where you don't have to cut into your tube.
I was looking at that strong heel construction as well.
I've never heard of it.
It's not named strong heel because it's extra strong. It's named after the woman who came up with it.
That makes sense.
But it's an interesting construction. I believe you do the gusset first before you deal with the heel.
Really?
Yeah, it looks really interesting. I was going to cast that on, but I thought, you know what, this is too much brain power for plain.
Yeah.
So
I love it.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's just those little, the chevron that it produces. You can see there. Yeah.
I like it when you can take the self-striping, and as soon as you get into a new stripe, you can purl that round.
Oh.
So you get a ridge at the transition. So
that's
kind of
fun.
cool too. Just something a little bit different.
That would be fun. I have done a little bit of knitting when I'm editing, and if I don't have my pattern in front of me, my second sock is, I think I added a couple more stripes on that.
I don't know how you do those 9-inch circulars.
Really?
Yeah,
oh, I love them. They're my
favorite. They hurt me so bad.
They're my favorite. And I've got big hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You almost have to have two knitting styles.
Yeah, it's true actually. I tend to really only very gingerly hold these. I don't overly grip them, right? So there's not a lot of tension in there. Yeah. But no, I love those.
I have found that I've changed as well though, because I used to always need a 5-inch tip just for something to hold, and now I prefer knitting on 4-inch tips. So.
Okay.
Well, I think you change over time too.
So you can see this one started with the yellow. Yeah. So I'm actually one stripe higher on sock 2 because there's the blue right there. So they're almost going to be twins. But I don't really overly care if they don't completely match. So yeah. And Kerri's going to help me out with the afterthought heel, which is not my jam.
Not your cup of tea.
Not my cup of tea, which I discovered.
So when you do the heel flap on this one, are you going to use your tail from the other end so you don't disrupt any stripes, or you're just going to continue on?
It doesn't tell you to in the pattern.
Yeah. I was just curious.
It doesn't tell you to in the pattern. Preference. What I thought I would do is if I knit like 4 rounds, right, you get to and then where you get to the point where you need to start the heel. If you start the heel flap with the remainder of what's left of the yarn, you should have a little bit more of the color of the stripe continue into the top of the heel flap. Yeah. And then you get into stripe, right? Yeah. So, what was I saying? Afterthought heel? Can't remember. You're gonna
No,
do it?
we're talking. Yeah, oh yeah, I'll do that. That's not no, we're talking about the heel flap.
Oh
and
yeah,
just
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
disrupting
The color,
stripes.
right? Yeah. So I think the stripes on the heel will be substantially thicker,
Yes.
but when you look at the photos of Kay's socks, it doesn't actually look odd. They look fun.
Yeah.
And I think it is partially because of the chevron distracting you.
That's right.
On the front.
I would agree.
Yeah. So
Nice.
now the snoring has started.
Do you do a twisted rib there?
I'm assuming that's what it is. Yes.
Okay. Through the back loop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that the
It's
cuff?
beautiful.
The cuff was really fun to knit.
Yeah. It's so crisp.
Yeah.
This is twisted rib as well.
Oh, yeah. It looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really, really enjoyed that. But you
Some
can
people
see
say that it hurts.
my
their
tension's
hands,
kind of tight.
Oh, it'll be fine.
But
It's a sock. If anybody's down there looking at your tension, you can kick them.
so yeah, I love it. It's been fun.
Yeah.
Fun.
Amazing.
Fun. Yeah, I know. I've been looking at some of the shawls coming out. The new make along with Stephen West, the new shawl that he's got out. I have so much yarn. I'm sure that I could come up with something in my stash.
Definitely.
Yeah, I should toss my stash soon. Anyways, but I need to finish up a few things first.
Yeah.
So that's all I had for today. Did you have anything else to show off today?
No. I picked up my field sweater again, which if you're on Instagram in the knitting environment,
Right.
field sweater has been everywhere.
It's been really popular.
Really popular. It's
gorgeous.
beautiful. Our friend Lisa from Germany, I pretty much started at the same time. Only she used agreeable yarn, and I decided I got Gage doing Holskarn super soft.
Okay.
Held double,
Yeah.
which is like knitting with twine.
Yeah, it's very.
Until you block it.
Yeah.
But
It's
cabling,
so hard in your hands. Oh.
cabling with, oh my goodness, every fourth round when it's a cable round,
Yeah.
it's like, oh no, I don't want to do this.
No. So you've
I'll get
changed
through it.
your mind on that, or you're
No, I'm
gonna, you're
plug
gonna carry
through.
on?
I just taking my time with it, and
You know, at one point you had suggested that because you've got the equipment to do it, we could wash that stuff,
absolutely.
but that would require forethought. And
Yes.
effort.
That is not immediate cast
So,
on.
yeah.
So
Fair
it's
enough.
fine.
Fair enough.
It'll be fine. I don't know. I was thinking of blocking it, just putting on a hold cable and blocking it just to make sure that it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's just miserable to knit with right now.
Yeah. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
So something else is on my radar, and I know this, it's about time to finish this.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh my God, it's so gorgeous.
This is Amtrak.
Yeah.
Sampler Cove. I'm using a Vicky Clayton silk conversion from like 100 years ago. It's one of my oldest whips. If I had to stitch it over again, I would have chosen a different fabric because I have a slightly off-white even weave, and it should have been white. I should have done it on a white background.
I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't mind the off-white at all.
It's 3 colors. There's a red, a blue, and a gray. And it's 1/1 on 25 count even weave. It's a pattern called Amtrak by Sampler Cove. And actually, oh yeah, I was just gonna grab that. Where did it go? I actually have an extra copy of the chart for giveaway. Courtesy of my friend Susan, our friend Susan, Blue Crab Stitcher, from down in Maryland. Susan, she's so sweet. I actually had 2 incredibly sweet friends give me this pattern because my original copy got lost. Fairly certain that a member of my family recycled it. because it had wine stains. It had wine stains on it, and it probably looked like garbage to somebody. So they recycled it. And you can see that I'm not quite done. I need that chart. There's still, you know, there's a little bit left here, and then I've got an entire bottom row still to stitch. So my friend Judy sent me the chart because it was in her stash, and she said, I'm not gonna stitch it. So she sent me the chart. And then Susan showed up at Stitch North, and she sidled over to me and she said, I saw this, so I picked this up for you, and I brought it for you as a little present. Isn't that sweet? And so, well, she first asked me if I had found my other chart, and she didn't tell me that she brought me one. And I said, oh, I was really lucky. A friend gave me a copy, and then she pulled this out. She said, oh, I bought you a copy too. And then she said I could use it for a giveaway. So I'm giving this copy away thanks to my friend Susan. She's Kerri's friend too. So leave us a comment on this video today, and I'll pick a winner in 2 weeks, and you can have a copy of your very own. It's an amazing chart. I mean, look at it, right? I have to finish it. I have to finish it. So this is gonna get put on the frame this weekend. So I'm gonna give myself a really small goal, okay? So like in 2 weeks, no. Let's go smaller than that. Whoa.
Done by the next time we meet here.
No. I'm gonna finish this little corner. So in 2 weeks.
Okay.
I gotta work with my strengths here. I have so many projects I want to work on.
Yeah, you do.
Right?
Yeah.
But the only way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna finish that little corner.
Good.
That'll be my little goal for 2 weeks from now. We'll have a completed corner.
Cool.
There's a lot of stitching in that. I mean, it doesn't look like much, right? But it's so tiny and it's so dense. So I'll bring it up because look, see this design comes, I can't even remember what happens there. Yeah, it goes all the way down. So this goes, is that another hair?
Yeah.
Sorry. I am shedding like crazy. So, okay, so I'm gonna finish this corner all the way down to there. So this is all gonna be done. So there's still a lot of stitching that needs to happen in there. And I work on a lot of projects at the same time. So for me, that's an achievable goal. 2 weeks. You saw it here first. That corner right there. So that is going into my pile to go home. I'll do it. Okay, so yeah,
good job.
Leave us a comment, and we'll give that chart away in 2 weeks. And I think that's
what are they commenting?
Just leave a comment.
Oh, okay.
And if you don't want it, I'll pick another winner. I don't want that. Then don't interact. If you don't want the chart, don't leave us a comment. Because if you get picked, you're getting it.
Yeah.
That seems aggressive, but anyway, I don't know what is up with the dog today. I apologize. Lots of times people say they can't hear her, but many times you can. So we've had some whining, we've had some snoring, we've had some licking, and now we've got some more
just general patting around
stuff going on. Yeah, you can see when she gets up, she limps quite a bit.
Yeah. Poor girl.
Yeah. Anyway, on that odd note, yeah. So
I got a good visual of one of those birds.
Of the birds?
So I'm going to look that up.
Okay, but you see what I mean about the coloring on them, right?
Yeah, they're very speckly and bigger. They're like robin size.
Yeah, they're big birds.
Yeah. I'm gonna look it up.
All right.
Not right now though.
On that note, in 2 weeks we'll tell you what the birds were.
Okay.
Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you back here in 2 weeks. Until then, happy stitching.
Bye, everyone.
I'm going to record our bird conversation in case you're interested, because actually it's pretty interesting. We've discovered that the birds outside are, thanks to Kerri guessing correctly, European starlings. And apparently they're an invasive alien pest.
And I would think that's a true statement.
Yeah, I mean, when you see the cluster of them flying in and basically stripping the vines
and aggressive.
Clean. Yeah, they're very aggressive.
Yeah, and they're not like a little chickadee. They're the size of a robin.
Yeah. Let's see if I can catch them. If I don't move, I might be able to zoom in on my phone, because I can see there. You can see one guy there pecking away. There he is. So imagine 15 of those all over that vine, all at the same, all at the same time. Yeah, they're a little distracting.
Yeah.
All at the same time. So they're a European starling. They're an invasive species, but they're really pretty. And every year it's kind of fun to watch them come in and clean it. I'm, you know, the building next door is really in terrible disrepair. The two buildings next to us are owned by the same person or company or whatever, and they use them as rental properties, and they're really run down. And I think they're kind of waiting for the go-ahead from the city to tear them down and make one building on that property. I'm not sure.
That would be a clever idea.
It would be good, because at the moment they're really a bit of an eyesore. I'll edit. Woo. So anyways, fun facts, fun birds. Now we're saying goodbye for real. Bye.